Welcome to my channel. We are Quilters. My name is Lorrie, and I am so glad you stopped by for Blabfest today. I am going to try to keep it under 10 topics. You're thinking, 10 topics? Yeah, I'm only going to discuss them a little bit, and I'm going to ask you questions as we go. I would love to hear from you. If you have been here before, welcome back, and if you are brand new to my channel, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you've been here before and you didn't like and subscribe, please do that also. My first topic of the day, quilting row by row. Now, I showed you this last week. It was on the big quilting machine, or what I call the mid-arm, because it's a Juki on a frame. And here is a picture hanging up. It is all quilted, and of course it is freehand quilted. It is custom quilted, if you want to sound like it's all that. I love to do feathers, and this is what I know about quilting on any kind of domestic machine, whether it be on the big frame or whether you're sitting at a desk using that. The more you practice, the more at ease you are with the process, and the better it will be. And so here is what I call the aha moment, when things go from meh to wow. It's when you trim off all that mess around the quilted thing, and before you get it ready to assemble, in this case, or you get ready to put a binding on it, that is the aha moment, where it goes from looking like, ugh, why did I waste my time, to, wow, that looks really nice. So here it is, all trimmed out and ready to be joined with some other rows that have been done in the same way. What is your aha moment in quilting or crafting? It doesn't have to be quilting necessarily. Could even be cooking, because I know some of you love to cook and your language of love is cooking. What is your aha moment, the moment where you feel the best about what you are doing and it's all coming together? Let me know. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, or send me an email. That's a good way to get a hold of me too. Topic number 2. I have been working on this Make-A-Wish quilt. This week I got the borders on it. It is now on the long arm quilt machine, or the mid arm, whatever you want to call it. And I have started the quilting on it. I have to have it done before Monday. So I need to kick it into gear. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go back to quilting. Let me just say, a couple weeks ago, I asked, what was your least favorite thing to do? And people that responded said either quilting or tying the quilt, because it's big and it's a lot of work. Well, this sewing machine is my patience test. Whatever I did in a previous life that I wasn't very patient, well, I am earning my patience badge, because it runs out of bobbin thread. It knots, the thread breaks, the thread jams. The needle breaks. It does all kinds of things to torture me. This is like a torture rack device, just saying. But I am going to win the patience test. I am. And I didn't show you the binding. So you've seen the nice turquoise color. This is the first time I've used a fuzzy backing. I'm not putting any quilting batting in it. I'm just putting the 2 layers together. And look at this magenta that I'm going to use for binding. It'll look fantastic on both sides, very bright. My 2-year-old granddaughter is going to love it. The label is going to say, I hope all your dreams come true. topic number 3. So everybody has an organizing video, and I love to watch organizing videos, so YouTube keeps throwing me new ones and some old ones that are 5 years old, 7 years old. And I am not going to organize like anyone else. 2 years ago, I sorted all my fabric. I dragged it out into our dining room. I had piles everywhere for a month, sorting and shuffling and reorganizing and finding a place to put the bins that I keep them in. And yeah, a month. It took a month. So I know that I am not doing that again this winter. Even though we are trapped inside because it's been cold or rainy or yucky or maybe icy, I'm not doing that again. So I have been trying as my organizing strategy to put like things together, because I keep finding, oh, a little bit of lace in this box, a little bit of lace in that box, oh, a little bit of lace in this drawer. So I'm trying to, as I come across things, I'm trying to consolidate them. So as a consolidation process this week, I have found a place to put all of my project boards together, the big boards and the smaller ones that are in the basket. They are now all living in one spot. They are not scattered everywhere, and I don't grab for them. Now they're in one spot where I can get to them easily. What things are you consolidating, or what things do you stash in a bunch of different places that you need to consolidate? Please share with me so I don't feel like the lone pack rat here. Just saying. Topic number 4 is the thimble collection. Do you keep, now this is consolidated, do you keep, over the years, every time I've come across a thimble, I have put it in this jar. So let me cut away and I will show you the thimble collection, because some are usable, some are just promotional, some are very old. Let me share this with you. Okay, here is the collection of thimbles that I have here in West Virginia. It is a Yankee Candle jar, and I mean, well, you can see it in the dust on the top, Yankee Candle. And so it has kind of outgrown the jar. Let me dump it out here on the, see if I take those out of the, and so there's all kinds. This one is sort of clogging up the process. Let me get a pair of paper scissors here so I can open this and show you these. I should be using these, is what I should be doing. These are leather thimbles, and they don't go real far on your finger, but they have wonderful leather dimples. And so the back end of your needle, you can give it a push, and there's a plastic guard so it will not go into your finger. But those are fantastic little things, and those are made by Clover, I see. And I haven't opened them. So I think I'm going to take those out of there, and there's a little stretchy band there. So very nice. And dimples are the key to having a nice thimble. This one has a hole for your fingernail, so it can go under your fingernail and you can still have nice nails. This one has decent dimples and it's expandable, but it has decent little dimples there. So that's another kind with an open space. This one, let me get my glasses out here. This one is antique looking. It is very fancy along that edge, but the dimples aren't really deep. I think they're deep enough, but they're not super deep. And there's a hole. I don't know if you can see that hole or not. Oh, there it is. There's a hole in there, which makes me believe that somebody used this quite a lot at one point. Oh, and it's engraved. It says EPM, and it's number 8. So an antique, very nice little thimble. Fits my finger, but it might not fit everyone's. Anyway, that's adorable. Here is a ring type thimble. And you wear it very similarly to this. And it has nice, deep dimples. So I've heard that these work very well. You can tell that I am not someone who uses, and these must have come together because there's 3 of those also. And here's a smooth type thimble. I am not sure. Maybe as you're quilting, bouncing that off your finger as you go down through and up if you're hand quilting. That might be the underside of your finger. There's another one of those rings. I need to take some of these to Michigan and practice because that's where the hoop is set up. Here's just a basic wooden one. It has no dimples, but I'm sure it would get dimpled pretty quickly as you were using it. And these ones used to come in all kinds of like little sewing kits. So this one doesn't really have dimples. It has like ridges in it. It'd be better than no thimble. And this one also is the same way. It has like a bullseye ridges in it. And then we start to look. There's another, that's a number 7 one. And it's heavy. It's kind of brassy looking. And it's heavy. It is not engraved with initials. And it's a little bit loose on my finger. So the numbers must get smaller as the thimble gets bigger. So here we have, oh, this one is huge. And it just has Made in Taiwan on it. But it's a big thimble. And the dimples are very shallow on the top, but they're decent on the side. So I could see where it would be useful. But again, not nice dimples everywhere. Here's one that has, this has a ridge. And even though it's a lighter weight thimble, it's got a ridge and it's got like a grid. I don't know if you can, there you can see that. And on the side it has like a ring of grooves. It has some numbers down in it, but 6 and 15. But it doesn't have any other, but it has a little bit of weight to it. Not as heavy as the antique-y looking ones, but that ridge would make this very useful if you were using the top part to shove your needle through. And this one says the Prudential it says the Prudential Life Insurance. So it has its own little commercial with it. It is very lightweight. The dimples around it are not anything special, but that it has a commercial stamped into it is funny. That's probably antique also. And then we have some newer. That's a number 7. I didn't even know they had sizes. And this one has, they're fair dimples, not anything special. But I suppose it would work better than no thimble at all. And another lightweight one. So I have just been throwing these in a jar. This one has very nice dimples, actually. And it's very lightweight, very sturdy, but lightweight at the same time. But the dimples on it are much better than some of the other ones I just put back in there. And here we have one inside another. Oh, that one has dust in it. Does it have anything? It's a size 4. That's for someone with very small hands, because my fingers don't fit in that very well. My little finger does. So I would say this was probably meant to be for someone with petite hands or a child. The dimples are not very deep, so it's more for show and less for go. Here's one that has pretty, oh, the texture on that feels so nice, dimply and deep. And it feels like a size 7, even though it is not marked anywhere. that would be a very good thimble to use. And I thought I was going to be on the last one, but I am not. Oh, this one is a size 12, and it is huge. I could stick my thumb in there easily, and it has texture. The dimples are small, but they're a little deeper. So a size 12 is pretty good size. Does this one have a size on it? This one has like brass inside. This one is a size 10, and it fits loosely on my finger. So we've learned a couple things today. To look for the dimples. We've learned all about different sizes, and somewhere in this room, and I have no idea where, I have the leather one that goes the whole way over your finger and has elastic on the sides, and that one works very nicely too. I'm going to put these leather ones here on top. And now I know that I need to take some of those to Michigan with me so I can get some use out of some of those thimbles in my collection. I hope that if you have thimbles, you go take a look at them and maybe give them a try. Topic number 5, the blocks from Block Monday, where I made combo flowers. I did one of them on camera for you, and it was a snap. It wasn't really a button in the middle. And then I put a ring of beads and then some lazy daisy stitches and finished it up with a feather stitch so that you could see how you could combine a couple of the things that we've learned about in Embellishment Mondays, Upskill Mondays, into one thing. Well, here is another flower, and I kept the same pattern of combo flowers. I used a button that was there, or a snap, and then I added beads, and I added some embroidery stitches to it. So, same steps, maybe a little bit different. One of them has 2 rows of lazy daisies, but I do like the way they turned out. And I did these in the evening while my husband was reading a chapter out of a book to me, because he has decided he has had enough Sherlock Holmes books read to him, and we are reading a different series by Donald Clayton Porter. Topic number 6. I have finished just 2 weather blocks, and I have been doing these 2 at a time. These are still July, but now I am on to the ones that look like they have all orange backgrounds because it was in the 70s or 80s or whatever temperature that orange is. And so I have probably 15 more of those to do. And I will get them done. But I'm pressed for time for that birthday quilt. So I didn't make very much progress on them this week. Number 7. Weather blocks. That brings me to the next topic. We are here in the panhandle of West Virginia. They started treating the roads yesterday for the storm that is going to take place this evening and overnight and into tomorrow. We are supposed to get ice, and depending on which weather map you're looking at, we are to get a substantial amount of ice, which is very scary to me. But it's warm out there now. It's above freezing and the mud is soft, so it's going to have to cool back down again. But here is my thought on weather. Stay safe. Don't drive when it's ugly. Stay home and sew. And if your power goes out, make sure you have a lantern and do some hand sewing. Or play a board game, like we used to when my son was a teenager, and he would say, "Gosh, I know it, this is called a board game," and he wouldn't have any fun. But my husband and I would have lots of fun playing board games with him, because he was so bored. And number 8, the last topic of the day. See, I told you it was going to be under 10. The last topic for today. Here are the blocks in the box. And I have rooted through and I have picked 5 to embellish on Monday. And we will be using a combo of, first we are going to use some embroidery stitches, and then we will add a bead here and there on the embroidery stitches in a certain place. I think you will like it. It is easy and very nice. And you know, as I was looking at what to do for Monday, that's review, there are some very basic embroidery stitches we have not touched upon at all that we are going to start back up in March. And there are some other techniques too, not just embroidery, but some other techniques too. So on that final thought of blocks for Monday that will have embroidery of a couple different varieties that we have done and beads, I will see you then. Stay safe, stay warm, and remember to enjoy your craft. Hope to hear from you in the comments below or Gmail. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching.